everyone, it's me again. You know, you just can't have one without the other.
In late 2020, Nintendo was holding the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Happy birthday! The celebration was held between September 3rd, 2020 and March 31st, 2021, and in that 6-month and 4-week period,
Yep, I did my research.
we got some cool products from Nintendo. Some of those include Game & Watch Super Mario Bros., Mario Kart Live, Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, t-shirts, and other things. Not only did we get products, but in-game events were held as well. For Splatoon 2 players, including I, there was a Super Mario themed Splatfest held, the teams being Super Mushroom and the Superstar. I was on the side of the Super Mushroom and, not to brag or anything, but we destroyed the Team Star.
Yeah, that's right.
The Ninja speedrun courses in Mario Maker 2, a Smash Ultimate tournament using Mario series character stages and items, Mario themed furniture in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and a bunch of non-video game related products themed after Mario for his big day. One of those that I found interesting were the Mario 64 themed Puma shoes. Yes, I'm willing to bet when he was little, Mario said, "When I grow up, I want to be worn on somebody's feet." But there was another product release that got me excited at first, but then turned out to be a little overrated. And that turned out to be the Mario pin set. I never got it. What the Super Mario 3D All-Stars? Where do I begin? On September 3rd, 2020, I was watching the Mario Nintendo Direct and I was excited for everything coming out, even though I wasn't going to buy most of it. This wallet speaks for itself. But one of the things announced that I really wanted was Super Mario 3D All-Stars. A collection of 3D Mario games would be the coolest thing ever. Super Mario Galaxy was already one of my all-time favorite games.
I'm not joking.
And to have that on the Switch with 2 other 3D Mario games I've never played before, well, that was a no-brainer, or at least that's what I thought at the time. This game came out before I even had my trusty Nintendo Switch, so when I had to pick a first game to play on my new console, it was to be this one. Sometime in October 2020, I went to buy my first Nintendo Switch system, and my mom and dad bought us 3D All-Stars to go with the Switch. My excitement was through the roof, and some people say I still have the effects of the excitement lingering on my face. It was that thrilling. We rushed home to set up the console and finally try out the game, and it was underwhelming to say the least. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. Okay, so first things first, we have to talk about the box art. I can whip this together in an hour. I mean, it's decent enough box art, but for such a big release like this, a limited time release that is for such a special occasion for people with no life, you can't tell me this was the best they could do. It's just strips of the old game's box art plastered on a gold background with a new logo in front. I've definitely seen better. Jump, slide, and soar through Mario's 3D platforming history.
I've heard that one before.
I do feel like they put a little more effort into the back of the box than the front. Yeah, because the back is the first thing you see before buying. I really like the cartoonish artwork of Mario in the background of each game's section, representing different parts of each game, like Mario with the flood pack behind Sunshine and Mario with the wing cap behind Mario 64, and even the different starts from each game in the corner, like a little watermark. 3 classic adventures enhanced for the Nintendo Switch system.
Yep, I'll be the judge of that.
These games were enhanced to some extent to better fit the Switch. Mario Galaxy was converted to HD, Mario Sunshine the same thing but in widescreen as well, and what was improved with Mario 64? The graphical quality was improved, but why is it still not in widescreen? You fixed that with Sunshine but not Mario 64?
It's been confirmed. Nintendo picks its favorite children.
At least Nintendo included all 3 of the game's soundtracks to listen to when we get sick of the stupid Sandbird in Mario Sunshine. Switch Pro Controller compatible. I'll explain what that means in a moment.
It means you can use this, you idiot.
Now that we're all done with the outside of the box, let's move into the inside. Oh my gosh, Nintendo! These are just screenshots of the games included. I can do this blindfolded. The game card itself is pretty bland too. It's just the logo, but that's excusable. It's not like you're gonna be constantly looking at the card while you're playing because it's inside the system. But still though, they could have done better with the box art. 3D All-Stars, take note. It's finally time. Let's pop this bad boy into the system to see exactly what we're getting into. Well, it's not bad, but it's not WarioWare. Instead of making a quick 5-second original tune to represent all three of the games, they just used the Mario Galaxy You Got a Star jingle. Stop picking favorites already, you're making them sad. Subtle sparkles here and there and the same shape as in the box art. Pressing A, we are brought to the menu screen. Wow. Now this I like. One random track is played from one of the three games and they are all organized quite well. The three games included are shown at the bottom, each sporting their original box art, which is cute, and the soundtracks are right next to them in the same order as the games. When hovering over one of the games, a video of gameplay is played, the release date and the console of origin are shown, and a little description of the game is available. Pressing select on the controller, you can choose different languages that the game will be played in. Now, why does Mario 64 only have 5 languages, Sunshine 7, and Galaxy 10? I don't know.
It's understandable, Google Translate wasn't working that day.
Hopping into one of the games, we get a piece of artwork from whichever game you are entering. It's a cool little detail, I guess, but it's very short-lived since the games load so quickly. Entering Super Mario 64, we see exactly what keeps me up at night. This game is still in 4:3, which is weird because, again, Mario Sunshine is in widescreen when it was originally in 4:3 as well. Another odd thing is the game uses the Japanese version of Mario 64, not the American one. This was done because of the enhanced rumble features that the original Western version didn't have. But because of this, famous glitches like the backwards long jump aren't possible anymore.
We have to stop this!
Instead, we can now have many Marios on screen at once. Okay. Other than that, it's Mario 64, alright. You can tell because I have yet to finish it.
Give me a minute, okay?
There isn't really much to say about the soundtrack of this game except for the Piranha Plant's Lullaby at the very end of the playlist, which is cool because this song isn't actually in the game. It's very calming thanks to it being played on the piano. Speaking of which, while playing music, we can put the system into music player mode, which continues playing music while the screen is off. I am a big fan of battery efficiency. Can you tell? Moving over to the right, we have Super Mario Sunshine. While switching games, the year number at the top has a cool scrolling animation and I find it quite satisfying. That font too. It's classy. The layout is the same for all three of the games, so other than the information for each game, there isn't much differentiation between the three on the starting menu. Entering the game, we see the same loading screen but with Mario Sunshine art this time around. Going into the game itself, we see the graphical quality was vastly improved and the game is in glorious widescreen now. Some differences here and there, like the options menu is set up a tad differently than the original. No sound setting this time around and the icons at the top were changed.
This is mad!
In-game, while you have the flood pack, the X button icon hasn't changed and still resembles the X on the GameCube controller. Other than that, the game remains largely unchanged. While the game launched without it, a later update made the game compatible with an original GameCube controller using an adapter to connect it to the Switch.
Oh, thank God.
Soundtrack, all there once again. Unfortunately, no special tracks added like the Piranha Lullaby in Mario 64 though. Now, last but certainly not least, Super Mario Galaxy.
This is my jam!
Entering Mario Galaxy, we see a new piece of clip art being something from Mario Galaxy. Big surprise, I know, right? It took me a while to notice this, but when the loading screen opens on all three games, the shape it opens on resembles the star design from their respective games. Back to Mario Galaxy, the game is now in full 1080p HD and it looks beautiful. There's something about that text that makes it look sweet, like I could have that as a dessert after eating some soup. I think by far the most was changed in this game considering it came from Mr. Grandma approved. Instead of using an IR sensor to use the pointer like on the Wii, the Switch uses motion controls in capable controllers. That's why it said Pro Controller compatible on the back of the box.
Huh.
But all of that is for when the Switch is either in dock mode or in tabletop. But what if you want to experience happiness on the bus? Well, in that case, you have to tap the screen for any pointing segments.
Not sure how to feel about this.
This is weird! Having to tap to select different things feels very clunky, sort of like playing with the Wii U gamepad.
Now that I bring that up, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah! That was interesting. Now where was I? Oh yeah, this.
While tapping on the screen might be uncomfortable, at least we didn't have to shake the whole dang system to use the spin attack.
Dang it.
I mean, you can if you want to look like an idiot, but if you don't feel like reliving the glory days, you can press X or Y to use your spin attack, which is a really good idea. But if you do want to revisit 2007, you can play with the Joy-Con just as you would with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. And clearly, I'm a sucker for the original controls, so you know what that means. I'm the idiot. The soundtrack included here is actually based off the Japan exclusive Club Nintendo reward. Even though it's the same functionally as all the other soundtracks, all of the tracks in Mario Galaxy are fully orchestrated, which means they all sound sublime. The soundtracks being included were definitely a good idea for all three of the games. While all of this is cool and all, it's not really too outstanding. It's just a basic collection of the three games at the end of the day. What, did you really think adding the soundtracks was enough to satisfy me, a dedicated Nintendo addict and world's second self-proclaimed video game talker? Yes, it was plenty. I ate it up. While this game is far from bad, maybe them adding Mario Galaxy 2 would have made this collection perfect for the Switch. But alas, the game's limited time release window has ended and the game was completely removed from the eShop, so we all know that dream is not coming true anytime soon.
Again with the favoritism. While this game is far from perfect, it's definitely a decent game to have as a part of my collection. And I hold just a little bit more fondness towards it because it was the first game I ever played on my Nintendo Switch. But there is one thing I forgot to mention. On the back of the box, it says basic reading ability is needed to fully enjoy this game. So that's why they send us to school, not to pay taxes, but to play more Mario!